TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. It's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jordan Ta'amu and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus Nick Foles and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get...
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led out by one of the stars of spring football in 2020. From Ole Miss, it's Jordan Ta'amu.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ta'amu caught by the tight end Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
On play action, they'll throw. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. A pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
The tackle made by Harold Landry. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Ta'amu looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ingram.
Ta'amu's pass complete to
the 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Ta'amu This will be caught at about the 5. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Tabu will look to pass. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Stops short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kyle Juszczyk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Steelers, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they are led out by the MVP of Super Bowl 52 from the University of Arizona. In his 9th year, it's Nick Foles.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now Foles. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 4 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Foles. He dumps this off underneath to Gore. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, Try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And Green with a catch left side. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now Tamu. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Here's Frank Gore, the veteran who sits third all-time in rush yards. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars 7, Steelers nothing.
2nd and 11 now. Here's Foles. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. First target, first catch, and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try and push it in with Gore. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Frank Gore. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Roquan Smith, the Bears' leading tackler last season, makes the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground with Gore. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They run. It's Gore. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
37 yards on the punt with no return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. And now out come the Jags. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 4.
From the 41, Tamu sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people call this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Now 3rd
And
and
we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
Tamu's pass.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Chris Harris on the coverage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Gore. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Tamu, room to run past midfield. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Good for the Jaguars.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend. So lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start down at NRG Stadium as New England returns to the site of their Super Bowl 51 triumph to take on Houston. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Derek Carr has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Colts trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
18 on the play.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route, and the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Gore now, running out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Foles. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. And he will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. and they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Ta'amu. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Complete to Larry
I
Fitzgerald.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, first and 10. The Steelers ready for their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
A gain of 8 yards.
And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That'll be complete to Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down. Back to the ground game here. Gore. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Back now in Jacksonville. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Pitch and catch here to Cook. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Another carry now for Gore. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The tackle made there by Jarrett Davis. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And that is incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
The
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And the Steelers set to take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 11-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Back to throw here. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On the quick handoff, it's Juszczyk. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
It's a pickup of 3.
On 2nd down, Ingram.
At their 48-yard line.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Tamu. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Tamu will look to pass. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st down, Ingram. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ingram again. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 32-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Steelers 7.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
Foles ready to lead this offense. Down 10-7, a minute 8 to go. Their 4-game winning streak in great danger. He'll look to throw. They go with a screen to Gore. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Why are we doing this?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He's back to throw. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Jacksonville, the win for them is number 6 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.